Hello everyone, I'm Timothy John Garnicangausi. Please bear with the background noise right now because of the dogs. They're being fed. And today we're going to discuss chemical equations, how to balance these chemical equations. So let us start with the first example. We have, for the first example, this one. How do we balance this? So yeah, we're given this example. Now the first step in balancing chemical equations is that we're going to first balance the compound. Now, how do we identify the compounds here? This is the compound while this is the element. Okay, remember that. So we're going to use the red ball pen for this. Now, we are given carbon and sulfur and then the compound. So we're going to first balance the compound. We can already see that the number of carbons are 1 on the left side and 1 on the right side. But then we have the sulfur that is 2 on the right side and 8 on the left side. In order for us to balance the sulfur here, we're first going to balance the sulfur because the carbon, we're not going to touch that first, okay? In balancing this, we're going to divide 8 to 2 because we wanted to balance their numbers. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 will be distributed to both of the elements, to C and to the sulfur. So 2 times 4 is 8. Therefore, the sulfur is already balanced. Okay? They're already balanced. Next, so the sulfur is already balanced. Now, the carbon, which has 1, will be 4 because 4 will be times or multiplied to 1, which will be the number of the carbon on the right side. So the carbon will have 4 in here so that the number of carbon on both sides will be equal. And then we can already see that this one, the sulfur, is already balanced. So we're going to put 1 in there. So in summary, we have 4 carbons on the left side. We have 8 sulfur on the left side. And then we have 4 carbon on the right side. And we have 8 sulfur on the right side. So this is already balanced. This is the final balanced equation. Okay? Next. So I'm going to give you another example. For the second example, we have sodium plus oxygen gas and then the compound, this one. Yes, what a nice way to balance chemical equations. Okay, so we are going to look at this example. We can already see that the number of oxygen on the left side is 2, while on the right side is 1. For the number of sodium in the left, it's 1, and for the right side, it's 2. We're first going to balance the oxygen. Okay, so 2 divided by 1 will be 2. We can already see that the both of the oxygens are already now balanced. Now the 2 would also distribute to the 2 here for the for the sodium. So yeah, we're just going to do this. So it's already 4 and 1. So 4 divided by 1 will be 4, right? So these are already balanced and they're already balanced. So we're just going to put 1 in here because we don't want to change the number of oxygen because they're already balanced. So we can just put 1 in here. So this is the final chemical equation. Yeah, this is already the balanced equation. So that's it. Okay? So yeah. Again, in balancing chemical equations, we're just going to first balance the compound because the elements are very easy to modify. Okay? For the last example, I'm going to give a longer version. So for example, we have potassium And then this one, am I correct? This is B, okay? Yeah, that is B. Please bear with my writings because I'm only using a mouse. Okay. Okay. Plus 2B. I mean plus B. Sorry. Okay. Plus B. So we're giving K plus B2O3 and then K2O plus B. B is boron. K is carbon. Okay. We're first going to balance the what? What can be balanced? We can balance anything here. I mean, we can balance first the boron. We can also balance the oxygen, but then we'll just go first with the oxygen. So, how many oxygen on the left side? How many? If I'm talking to myself, we can already see that the oxygen on the left side is 3. While on the right side, it's 1. So 3 divided by 1 will be 3 here. The number of K would be changed and the B. So therefore, the oxygen is already balanced with the left equation. I mean, with the left side of the equation. So our next one, we're going to balance the K. Okay, because we can already balance it. So this one, so we have 2, I mean 6. Yeah, it would be 6 because it will be distributed. I'm so sorry. We're just going to erase this. It would be 6. It would be 6. Because 3 times 2 would be 6. So this would be 6. Yeah, number of RK. And then this one would be 1. So 6 divided by 1 will be 6. And now the K is already balanced. Okay, the K is already balanced. So our balance now is the oxygen and the K. The only thing left is the um, boron, right? So we're not going to change the composition or the number of oxygen here because if we put 2 here, it would change the number of oxygen here. So we're just going to put 1. So the number of boron and oxygen in the compound will not change, and therefore we can just put 2 here so that the both of the boron will be balanced. And now this is the final balanced equation. That is the final balanced equation. So you can start anywhere as long as you can solve it. But then here it is once again. So we have 6 potassium. We have again 2 boron and 3 oxygen on the right side. On the left side, I'm so sorry. For the right side, we have 6 potassium, 3 oxygen, and 2 boron. Therefore, this is the balance or the final balanced equation. So that's it in balancing equation. I hope that you learned something. We have different ways to balance equations. We can use trial and error or the one that I used earlier. We can also just look at the equation and be able to solve it. So it matters on your preferences, and I hope that you learned something from today's discussion. Thank you so much.